you've seen legally, what are considerations, what should teams go through as we start, we're going into the fentanyl world, whether we like it or not. And most don't give a shit about your safety. They're like, be tough on fentanyl. I don't care how you do it, but train it.
The politicians don't care.
Yes. Get that little puppy to start finding all these fentanyl pills and let's go hammer it.
Great question. And I think because it's so new, we don't have anything directly on point out of the courts that are going to give us guidance in one direction or another. So the first thing, in my opinion, Mike's opinion, is you need to sit down with your local prosecutor.
Bingo. That was my big one.
Right?
Will they prosecute on this or not?
Absolutely. I think you were involved in a email chain or a question that was posed to us through our website from a large Southern California agency that was tasked with getting one of their dogs trained in fentanyl.
Yep.
So they reached out to us and said, what are we supposed to do? Right. So I had reached out. I have an expert list that I put that question out all over the country. Trainers, attorneys, other experts in the field. What is your opinion on this? And I got a lot of different feedback, and it was it was all over the spectrum. A very prominent trainer up in the Canada area said, absolutely. We are seeing so much fentanyl coming into Canada that we have trained it. Other defense expert witnesses who got back and said, well, first of all, I think we could pick this apart if I'm called, and this is, kind of how it would go. But more specifically, how are handlers going to train on it safely?
Yes.
And what are their protocols for storage? Because that's what that expert, one of their big things that expert was going in on. The agency wound up speaking to their prosecutor, again, a large Southern California DA, and the DA's opinion came back. They brought all that information that we put out there to their DA, and the DA came back and said, you know what? Probable cause is a low standard. The question is there a fair probability that contraband or evidence of a crime will be located? And we think that the number of people who could lawfully possess fentanyl is so low that we would prosecute this on a fentanyl trained dog. And again, it goes back to what you said is, well, I'm curious, and we will never probably be able to figure this out, but I'm curious as to how many dogs that are working the road have self-imprinted.
Correct.
Because it's mixed in with whatever they're, so there's all these other things. So I wouldn't say from, case law standpoint, we do not have any case that's directly on point. What we do know is if your dog alerts on the street, right, and you find something other than what that dog is trained to alert, child pornography, a firearm, some other illicit drug, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
The courts have all admitted that into evidence because just because you had probable cause, you were looking for one thing. When you find evidence of a separate crime, that perfectly lawful, right?